Greetings, every peoples, your cult of personality here. Toon Critics, the name, Toons are the name of
and
my...
we're popping a cold one with the boys.
Yes. Cheers, people.
The traditional interruptions.
Of course, with the meme. Anyway, welcome to Roundtable's Magic, the show where we take a look at My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. We talk about stuff, we talk about poems, that's what we do. We got a bunch of people here. It is Lightning Bliss's birthday, so she is not here with us. She is with her family and her husband, which is totally cool, because we are all for Bliss taking a relaxation day. She deserves it. But here's what we do have.
She needs a vacation more than anything else.
Oh, absolutely.
We have Golden Fox and Keyframe.
What's up?
I'm eating Chipotle.
Jesus. British Ninja.
Eating while we're podcasting.
Everybody has somebody sometime. I love this episode. It's good.
We have Voice of Reason.
Hello.
And filling in for Bliss is returning guest of ours, FinnThePony.
I say hoi to the peoples!
Cinnamon roll.
Wait.
Back.
The cinnamon roll is back. And our special guest for today's episode is Phoolery.
You fools! I finally arrived.
Yeah.
For a minute there, you sounded like Black Hat.
I guess that's a good thing.
Welcome to the big leagues. You're on a podcast that people actually will watch. Anyway, today's episode that we have here...
Oh.
That
was
low. Support the views of ToonKriticY2K and his political ideologies.
Today's episode we have is Hard to Say Anything. I realized they were a little bit out of order. I was terribly sick last week, and I didn't let someone do the episode for me, which I totally should have.
You should have.
I should have, yeah. So we're a little bit behind as the time we're recording this, but that's okay. Hard to Say Anything has been a pretty interesting episode. It's done something pretty big, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So who wants to get us started off with the positives? Okay.
Okay.
All right, Keyframe, go.
Okay, my positive about this episode is that we now have one of the best new characters on the show. I would like to speak about our new pony sire, Featherbangs.
God damn it, that was mine. Oh well, go ahead.
Oh well, you can go right after me.
will
I'll pick you
elaborate.
up, okay? But yeah, my personal things with Featherbangs, because I'll let Ninja go into the deeper stuff because he gets me. Is I just love Featherbangs. He sounds like Dante Bosco when he does American Dragon Jake Long, but now he's equestria pony with a dong, and I think he's just so cute, and he is now included in my little jars of horso husbands, and that means something because most of them are just the tall horses, but he's one of those normal size ones. Also, he looks like Mando Pony from the 90s, and
Everybody thinks that.
Of course he's comparable to that. He also is a freaking watered-down Gaston character.
And then well, you know what? No one's as quick as Feather. No one's as quick as
No
Gaston.
one's quick
Slick like
as FB,
Gaston.
no one's slick as FB.
Yes, no one's got an incredible dick like FB. But
Okay.
Especially your son
But
intimidating.
So yeah, Featherbangs is awesome. Anyone who doesn't like him just hates themselves. And I'm gonna pass this off to the red-headed son.
Let me tell you a story of Featherbanks, who I will always and forever refer to as Chad Chaddington. He is one of my new favorite characters in the season. He's the most alpha god tier player who walks among the earth. He's running on pure adrenaline and charisma and is the necessary antagonist to give Big Mac to put on his big boy pants and fight for the one he has feelings for. And from a writing standpoint, this character is a self-aware take on the player's outlook that was completely missed with Flash Sentry. Flash Sentry was completely unaware of how much of a jock he was, how much of a stereotype he was, and Chad Chaddington, he takes all of those fun stereotypes and cranks them up to 11. He's got the Justin Bieber hair, he's got the groupies following behind him. He's just a magnificent being, and he deserves all 3 of those lovely ladies behind him. That's just he's so much fun.
High five, Ninja. I give you.
High five.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, now if it was Bliss's birthday, I would have passed it off to her, but I'm upset now, so I'll pass it off to the cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll.
Hashtag cinnamon roll.
That's our hashtag.
Copyright British Ninja 2018.
Is it bad to have the same favorite thing?
Nah, that's fine.
No, we're going on train here.
Okay. Well, I want to say I also really like Featherbanks. Essentially, a lot of people were saying that he's kind of like not really that great of a character, but the more you watch the episode and the deeper you look into it, you'll notice that a lot of the best parts of the episode actually come from him. A lot of the humor comes from him. What's it called? The song number is mostly come from him. And all different kinds of things. He's basically got the looks of Justin Bieber with the charisma of Gaston. He's got like the groupies and everything. And his song number is actually really funny because it's like every time that he butts into Big Mac's song, it's almost like it's a parody of a famous version of like boy bands. Like you got the auto-tune in there, you got like the smooth, slow romantic song, the upbeat poppy song. And essentially, one of the best parts about him was at the end when they actually gave him a little bit of extra character development there, where it's like he knows how to woo the ladies, but he probably doesn't know how to retain it. He doesn't know how to keep one. So it's interesting that they brought that up at the end. It's like you can do all the poetry and flowers and romantic stuff you want, but if you never really talk to the person, get to know the person, you're not really going to retain it for that long. You can only swoon so much. So I think that Featherbanks was a really awesome character. He essentially, like British said, he essentially takes all of the, player, cool boy, schmoozer stereotypes and puts them all together into one enjoyable little ball of awesome and funny. And I thought he was a really great character.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. It's going to be a very wholesome podcast.
Who do you pass it off to?
I'm going to pass it off to the man himself, ToonKritic.
Okay. So this is a show about friendship. Friendship is magic. We don't see a lot of love. We don't see a lot of relationships building, crushes, that sort of thing. Normally I'd be against this because I'm like, okay, if you're not going to do it with, if you're going to do it with certain characters and not show any development, why are you going to try here? If you get what I'm saying, it's like, why are you going to try now when you had all these opportunities to try before? However, there's a good thing to this, in my mind, because this is my initial reaction. My reaction now is that the way that they set up Big Mac and Sugarbelle, it's cute. It seems real enough. It seems that I could get behind this. I can get emotionally invested in this, because we all know that it's going to happen. We all know that, Big Mac is going to, he's going to win. He's going to, yes, I did it. I finally am the champion. I'm going to get some tonight. Or something like that. But it's actually very cute between them, and I want to see more come of this. I want to see more of Mac and, is it Sugar Mac? Is that what we're calling it?
Sugar Mac.
That sounds like a
Mac and
cereal.
Bell. That sounds like that sounds like a 50s like a 50s style combination of names.
It does.
It sounds like something that's so off menu at McDonald's.
I'll have Sugar Mac.
Yeah, but you know what it sounds like?
I don't know. I think Big Bell would sound more like something off a fast food menu.
Yeah,
Give me a
Big
Big Bell. I have
Taco
two
Bell.
number 9s, a number 9 large, and a Big Bell. All we had to do was follow the train, CJ.
Oh, jeez. You were saying, Keith?
Sorry.
I was gonna say, look, Sugar Mac sounds like one of those off-brand cereals for Sugar Smacks, like the ones that you get in the bags when your family is like, you get more for cheaper.
Just comes in a big plastic bag, and you have to find another resealable bag to put it in.
Let her finish.
Yeah, yeah. But let me just say, if we went with Big Bell, let me just say, that love is extra thick.
What?
We do memes here, people.
All over myself. Oh.
You can't control yourself with the memes anymore, can you, Key?
Not with extra thick. Extra thick's the meme that's going to survive the apocalypse.
That's the meme that's going to be preserved till the end of time.
It's going to be in the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
Memes.
They're going to uncover tombs and find that etched on the wall. extra thick. What does it mean?
But yeah, that's what I really loved about this. I love seeing the relationship actually develop between the two of them. Let's have more of it. I want to see more of this. I don't want this to be a one-off thing. Let's see where we go with this. So I'm going to pass it off to Phoolery.
Aha.
What is one thing you liked?
I enjoyed Sugarbelle. She was cute. I thought she was just the perfect bundle of adorableness and sweetness that you could honestly understand why Big Mac would fall for her. It didn't seem like it was too just like he's into her because he's into her. You actually got to meet her and see what a pleasant personality she was. And that was a nice thing to have for what could potentially be a one-off, because let's be honest, we don't know if we'll ever see her or any of the other characters that were introduced. Yeah, I thought Sugarbelle was cute. I really liked her design. I really liked her personality. And I got it. I got why there would be kind of a struggle over her. Also, her losing her brain, essentially, and flying off the handle against both Big Mac and Featherbangs and throwing it back in their faces, like, why are you guys acting like a bunch of jackasses? I appreciated that, too. So, yeah. Yay, Sugarbelle.
Yeah. Who do you pass it off to?
Who's left? I guess Voice of Reason, right?
Voice the Fox.
Oh dear. Let's give it to Voice, because I mentioned him first.
Alright, thing I really enjoyed about this episode, if anyone knows me, I love continuity callbacks, and this episode was continuity porn, and I loved it.
No potions! Yes, I love that. No love potions.
Just the referencing to just the callbacks to not only what was it, the showstoppers with I remember the talent show thing, and also to again Hearts and Who's Day. Again, the line "no love potion." Just like just the fact that I think this is a new writer, right?
I think so. Yes.
I don't know.
Haven't looked.
Oh wait, hand. Actually, I haven't. Oh wait, never mind. I'm on the MLP. It was crap. Wrong thing. Where am I? Too far. Was it a new? Yes, new up. Yes, it was a new person, Becky Wongberg.
She did a good job. Good
yes,
job.
Congrats to her.
Yes, good
She's
job.
Becky with good hair.
Good
job.
Yeah, recognizing continuity from past episodes, and just, this episode was freaking funny.
It was.
I'm just saying, to go with your continuity, I'm so glad that they didn't make a new character for Big Mac to fall for, and they actually are using the
characters from the Cutie Map.
The Our Town.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. When I read Sugarbelle, I'm like, wait a minute, who's Sugarbelle? Is this a new character? But then I saw the episode and I saw her. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. I did a derp. Never mind. False alarm.
Also, I should point out there may be some other shipping that we kind of maybe forgot about. Possibly Party Favor and Night Glider.
Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know how I feel on the whole Sugarbelle thing. Because she might as well have been a new character. She didn't really have that much of a character trait before this episode. Like, she was nice in the premiere, I guess, from 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I guess it is kind of that's kind of goes with Voice's whole thing about continuity. It's like that's
I suppose
you can't really consider her a full-fleshed character. She is a continuity nod back to the the Cutie Map, which is pretty cool.
But what was the point of referencing back to the Cutie Map? What merit did that have on the episode?
So
Not really anything. Just it was cool.
We'll have to make a new puppet.
Or utilize what was in the past, and
I don't mind that. I will agree with you on that, but I don't see the the fact that she was in the Cutie Map makes this episode 10 times better, because I don't know, she might as well have been a new character for all I'm concerned.
Beyond just her, I think it's more the fact that we went back to that old village is again establishing continuity. Yeah, and we're not being introduced to a new place that never gets mentioned again. I mean, how many little towns and other side places have we been to that it's just like, here's this place, we never see it again.
Yeah. One thing I will notice about the town, which I thought was actually kind of funny, it's like this has been free from Starlight's reign for a really long time, and it's like while they have little decorations like flowers and such on there, it's like put some paint on the buildings, individualize your houses. Why is it still the same, pale brown, boring colors?
I kind of wonder that because it's one long
Street
lane of just buildings. Yeah, and that's all it is.
Yeah, so customize a little bit, throw some paint on there, some decorations or something.
I think they had a nod to that with the joke when
instead of...
Scootaloo was going to Sugarbelle and being like, I'm new here, can you show me the town? She's just like, this is it, and it's just, I thought that was hilarious.
Bam! This is it, this one sidewalk. This is like Avenue Q up in here, it's just this.
It's the same house 28 times.
Welcome to Rhode Island. You are now leaving Rhode Island.
Oh dear.
Basically that. Anyway, who's next?
Goldie.
Just me.
Hold it, and then we get to our dislikes.
All right. This is when I go to deliver my positives on this one. I'm one of the few people who actually like him when Big Mac says more lines than just yep and nope, instead of playing it up as a joke where he's about to speak but something gets in the way. Like what happened in Pinky Apple Pie when Big Mac was about to confess something and then Granny Smith interrupted him. And that kind of stuff annoyed me. So seeing him say things like no love potion, and hearing a wide variety, it's very welcoming to me. And the best line that I loved out of him in this episode is that near the third act, when Big Mac was upset that he couldn't get Sugarbelle. Why do I get the gender names mixed up? No,
Did you just assume my gender?
No! Jesus Christ.
Okay, sorry.
But no, we see him sitting down and he's upset and that he failed to try to win Sugarbelle. The Crusaders are of course, throughout the episode, they're using a freaking fantasy book of fairy tale cliches. But he says this one line saying, Sugarbelle isn't a princess, she's a real pony. And I like these kind of lines because it's implementing that, yes, there are things that happen in stories and fairy tales, but they don't happen in reality. And there is a big separation of the two. Even kids had to remember, because when kids go and get invested so much into stories, books, movies, and TV shows, they rely so heavily on those cliches that they expect it to become real in reality. And I was a victim of that. Even nowadays, sometimes I picture myself as if my life is a movie, which is incredibly silly, but some people have that kind of mentality. And it's very unhealthy. It's self-indulging. It's delusional. And this is something that I feel just needs to be taken, get across.
What are you talking about, Golden? Don't you see that audience out there, right there, staring at us, always watching?
I actually like to think of my life as some kind of movie, except it's nice social realism.
Yeah, but you also have to think about what happens in reality. Do you think the world really centers around you? It doesn't.
It's the world's saddest movie.
Well, that depends on your own outlook of philosophy. I think that you should be the protagonist of your own film.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
I see where Golden's coming from, because it is a solid moral to teach kids that when you're dealing with people's affection, you shouldn't use media, I guess, as an example of how relationships should work. You should treat people like people, not like they're characters in a movie or a book.
I guess it'll give you a general idea of how romance works. It'll give you a general outline, but if you use it as a step-by-step tutorial on how to win the heart of someone you love, and you think it's she'll be my Juliet, I'll be her Romeo. It's that's not how real life works. You gotta get to know the person individually. And
Juliet ended horribly.
I also want to add something that I'm not saying that you should completely ignore what fairy tales and stuff are telling you and such. Because to an extent, stories, they teach you a lesson to an extent that makes you think in terms of reality, not apply step by step, as I think Finn pointed that out.
Yeah,
but
don't do it like that
step by step. Yeah, because otherwise, I wouldn't have been so fixated on the morals in each episode of Friendship is Magic. There is a lesson on each episode on what to learn. They're not going to be the exact same replica of what you experience of what that episode is providing.
Yeah, but again, a general outline,
Yeah, it's a general outline, that I think it's very healthy for kids to understand.
You know, it kind of reminds me, too, when I see this, like, on Facebook. This popped up a lot after Suicide Squad. Oh, I hope my relationship is just like the Joker and Harley Quinn's. You do not want that, please. No, do your research. It's
No,
worse
sweetie
than Romeo and
daddy.
Juliet.
No.
Yeah.
Although Romeo and Juliet is never meant to be taken seriously as a love story, it's actually the consequences of young love and how recklessness can get a hold of characters.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, everybody uses that as like the general like
That
romance.
GCSE level English right there.
Yeah.
Let me just
Hey.
say, Joker and Harley's relationship is abusive. It should never, ever be taken as something that's romantic. Good God.
Yeah.
Wait.
Especially
Wait.
if you're looking at the animated series.
Guys.
Yes.
What is your negative on this episode, Golden?
Well, I'm expecting you guys to lash out at me, but fuck Featherbanks. I hate Featherbanks.
Oh yes, I do want to fuck Featherbangs. Thank you.
Yes,
for
I
I
do,
mean,
yes,
I mean,
please.
so do I. I mean, he is a fuckboy, let's be real, but, you know, it's okay.
Oh!
Golden's...
Oh, so he's gonna try to steal my decision. Okay. Okay, Featherbanks.
That's the whole.
I feel
reason
like
why
there
you don't like him. You're worried.
I feel like there are two kinds of people. There
No,
are
but
two
it's
kinds
pre-
of people.
Go ahead,
Hang on.
Fox.
No.
Yeah, this is still technically my turn.
Yeah, but.
Yeah,
But no, in all seriousness, it just like I just thought of him as just an annoying character that he constantly gets in Big Mac's way. Both me and Midnight Sonata had the same reaction. We're like, Featherbanks, get out of the way! I'm gonna strangle you. You know, that kind of thing. Apparently, this is gonna turn into that hate sink, and that you're not supposed to like him.
You secretly want him to strangle you
Fuck you! No. Oh God.
with his mouth around your wiener dang.
What the?
PG ratings already gone.
mouth.
I could say these things because Blissy ain't here.
I'm here though.
That's a good
No,
point.
this is-
You offend. How dare
No,
you?
but
The cinnamon
just-
roll is here.
Hello.
Yes, Golden.
Hello.
Continue.
Yes, thank you.
Love you.
No, just he gets in the way, and just near the end of the episode, and it's kind of closed-minded. I know people are gonna call me out on this. When he goes asking for help on what to do with those three Beauty and the Beast chicks, I'm just like, so do you. You got a Big Mac's way. Why should I help you? But that kind of mentality would not result into a good lesson for kids. So basically, he always seemed to be more annoying than just having this, you know, focusing on the charm of having this Justin Bieber-like personality and a watered-down Gaston-esque character.
By the way, did
And
you?
it's more so that he just gets in the way. I'm just like, oh God, I want to smack your face.
Did you at least enjoy the homage to Say Anything?
Yes.
You know, say anything.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Well, there's a scene in Say Anything where John Cusack's character holds up a boombox and plays Peter Gabriel, and instead of a radio, it's a record player.
It's a record player.
I love that.
I thought that was cute.
I feel like there are two kinds of people in this world. You've got your Featherbangs and you've got your Big Macs. And if you're a Big Mac, you're gonna hate Featherbangs because he's got the confidence to talk to the ladies, and you have to try and muster
Not
up that.
really. He said that talking was scary at the end of the
God.
episode.
Oh yeah, when you find someone, you're riding on pure charisma and gore, then yeah, you have the testosterone, the adrenaline to pull that through. But then when you
basically,
turn around,
So in D&D terms, he failed his bluff check.
Yeah.
Hey, artists that are watching this on the YouTubes or watching on Twitch, I got an idea for you. Draw Golden as Big Macintosh. Draw A&Y as Featherbank.
I knew this was coming.
Oh,
I knew
okay.
this
And you
was
were
coming.
Sugarbelle?
I didn't want to mention it, but
What you think?
if Golden was the Big Mac, I was going to say A&Y was the Featherbanks.
Oh,
Mostly, I just want to see A&Y's OC with Featherbank's hairdo. Please.
okay, I will end it as this.
You love me?
Yes, I do love you, but end it as this before I pass on the voice. I highly respect Vincent Tong for every role he plays, including Featherbanks.
That's Chad.
He's
Chaddington,
such a
producer.
waifu stealer that he has the pure confidence. So I can easily respect those and understand why people legitimately like Featherbanks. I was just more focused on the fact that he constantly gets in Big Mac's way.
Vincent finally got a canon waifu stealer to play and not just an inadvertent one.
So, boys, I pass it on to you.
All right. I'm probably in the minority in this, but I actually did not like the song.
No, I didn't like it either.
I kind of did.
It's interesting because when I think compared it to the Goof Off, which was another two people that are like in competition with each other, I think the competitive I'll use this as competitive chemistry, where Pinky and what's his face, Cheese Sandwich, thank you. Cheese Sandwich, we're going at it.
Disappointment to Pinkie Pie fans' voice.
Sorry, my mind's blanking. I've been busy with work stuff. When those two were clashing, they bounced right off one another, segueing into the next one. With Big Mac and Featherbangs, when they try to sing with each other, it's like two gears that are trying to go in the opposite direction, and it just like clutters. Like I know it's and I understand that was the idea, but you can do that with I know the country versus pop motif. You can do that and segue it really well. I mean, nowadays country and pop coincide with each other. That you can transition in and out of that perfectly. But with this one, it didn't really mesh. If that makes any sense.
That makes sense to me. It does.
Okay.
I guess it kind of makes sense because if you think about it, the Goof Off kind of had the same momentum and general rhythm of on both sides, both Pinky and Cheese, with what's it called? As they constantly went back and forth each other and just kind of like kept going and going and going. With this one, it feels almost like, you know, each song is like its own individual segment. They don't really flow that well. I mean, Big Max was constant the whole way through, but you had like Featherbangs constantly switching between different genres, and it kind of felt like every segment was an abrupt stop rather than a flowing song piece.
Yeah.
Can I interject something?
Go ahead.
That's kind of the point, though. The two of them were getting at each other's throats to get Sugarbelle, and competing against each other with their own particular genres.
Yeah, but you can do that and still make an aesthetically nice listening to song.
I don't think it was meant to be aesthetically pleasing. It was just more of just out of desperation.
Right.
I definitely thought it was funny, but I wouldn't call the song like a good song.
It's not a good song.
It was,
it's more
it's not meant to be good.
Yeah, it was funny, but it wasn't like I wouldn't like listen to that song like, you know, by itself.
All right. In that case, I'll pass it back to Phoolery. Yeah, Phoolery.
Dear.
What?
I'm gonna have to go with Featherbangs.
Oh.
You gotta be fooling me.
Never heard that one before.
What a real joker.
But I did write a letter for my dislike of this individual, but not necessarily dislike it, if you'll give me a moment to read this.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Dear Featherbangs, I knew the whole time you were just a little bitch boy who ain't got no game, and the fact that you needed the Crusaders to teach you how to talk to the ladies just proves to me that you should be shackled in a sex dungeon for all eternity in ownership of yours truly. If I ever find you, that plot is mine, and no one will see you, your beautiful eyes, and that fantastic hair ever again. This isn't a threat, this is a promise. Your booty, my mitts. Yeah.
Okay, did we just... Are you threatening to date rape him?
You are threatening to date rape him? Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that was really funny, though.
Oh my god.
And now everyone is introduced to my style of humor.
Oh no, that was good. I liked it.
This one's a keeper, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god.
It is awesome.
Apology.
I take a bow. My name is just a Pony Fooler, everyone, and I'm not a clean comedian.
We can see that.
He's like an edgy Will.
He can say it like, yeah, you know,
Will. Oh dear. Oh dear. But I am a villain.
Dude,
IOC's a villain. I have to keep the act going. Okay.
I am not okay.
This is not okay. I am not comfortable.
I fell off the couch laughing.
Just imagine her singing My Chemical Romance. I'm not okay.
Come back here. If any moment of Roundtable should be animated, that should be it.
Oh,
That should be it, yeah.
Phoolery does have a YouTube channel. Subscribe.
You're right there.
I
Yeah.
can't even top that.
Are we all
oh
compelled?
God.
The pop, a cold one with the boys for that one.
That, oh my God, that is a highlight of the day.
Oh.
Play of the game.
I wrote that specially for this, and I've been sitting on it for like a week now, so I've been wanting to read that for a while.
Hashtag Worf.
Hashtag work.
Your ass, not your ass like Oh God.
I apologize to Finn.
It's okay, I still love you.
Blissey would have exploded. Thank God she isn't here.
Yeah, I guess I should warn anyone who goes looking into my content. I have gone from run-of-the-mill analyst to blue-faced comedian, and I am no longer safe for work, so keep that in mind. My covers are, I do a lot of song covers, but my original stuff is not. It's very full of swears and sexual humor, so.
I've been blue-faced since I made my OC, so... Get it?
Damn it, Finn. Anyway, who hasn't gone yet?
I think we're going in reverse order, so I think it's me next.
It's you then. Yeah, so pass it on to Toon.
Okay, cartoons, get out of your monster can dead. Tell us what you didn't like.
I don't want. I'm comfortable here.
Get your ass out of bed.
All right, okay. First off, it's gonna be hard to top what just happened there. But let me tell you something. I will stand by my point that Featherbangs is a fuckboy. Forever and ever always. Doesn't matter if he ends up getting those 3 mares at the end, which good for him. Maybe he's the one who gets the real ending because he gets 3 women at the same time, whereas Big Mac gets his happy ever after. Which, okay, it's subjective whether or not Featherbangs is the real hero here who gets the most pussy. But besides that, what I don't like about this episode, if I have to narrow it down to one thing, why are children trying to help a guy get with a girl? Of all the sources, I don't think it's okay for a guy to go to like a bunch of 12-year-olds and say, hey, I need help getting some pussy. Okay, it's okay, fam, we got you. How about this? You go talk to her and just be yourself. Well, shit, I could have just learned that from, like, my friends on Tumblr. Okay, never mind. Forget it. Forget to ask 12-year-old girls. Let's just go with this.
If I may interject, if I may critique that sort of notion, A, the CMC snuck aboard, like he didn't want him to come. B, their family, and Apple Bloom knows Big Mac. He's very shy. He doesn't talk a lot. He's obviously very nervous about his feelings. And C, they're kids, so of course they're not going to have the best advice. You know, but
And
again,
not
they're
to
family.
not to mention, near the end of the episode, they decided to help out Featherbangs.
Well, again, maybe he's the real hero that ends up getting 3 girls at the same time, but here's...
Oh,
You're making me feel more jealous of Featherbangs.
oh,
That's
baby, a
the
triple.
point! That's the point! If you
He
had
deserves
3 girls going at you at the same time, I would go for it. Absolutely, no questions asked. Oh, you know what? It should be good. I could have my happy ever after, but there's a foursome right over here and 3 bears who want to do me. I'm fine with that. But
Well, the thing is, and that's the difference. What I was talking about. There's 2 kinds of people who seek love. That you got your Featherbangs and you got your Big Macs. One's looking for a more enclosed relationship, and the other one arguably gets more vagina. But still,
cross
you know,
that
it
off my
depends on
bucket
what-
list.
it depends on what you want out of a relationship, I suppose.
Holly Jolly horses for the win!
Yes.
I think that I think it was a good ending because everyone was satisfied. You know.
And Feather is a lucky bastard.
But you know what?
Well, he earned it. Though.
I have a very quick positive I want to drop down. It's canon. 2 words. It's canon. I can just hear all of the Shirley and Marvel fans are just throwing their fanfics and their headcanons into a basket and lighting it on fire because it is no longer canon. They have no need to write it anymore.
Now this
They're
isn't official.
Yeah.
Going. Do you want me to?
I was gonna say, people are looking at that one Marble Mac cover that Tony Fleeks made for the comics, and just you could see tear stains on it, being like, "You lied to me."
Like, there's I have my own personal headcanon on that, and that's that they wanted to go with the Marble Mac sort of line, but then they kind of low-key realized that they might be cousins or related in some way, shape, or form, and that's something that they don't want to promote.
Well, that didn't
So,
stop
yeah,
Lion
I think
King, so...
They would be more distant than the Lion King.
Yes. Plus, they're lions. These are like sentient horses with society.
Yeah.
Well, the lions were
I also-
technically sentient.
I guess, I don't know. The lions eat each other. Well, they eat other animals and stuff like that. Like, there is clear murder in the Lion Kingdom. So it's...
Several.
Yeah, several. So it's that's a moral topic.
Good
for
old
another day, I
Disney, full of
suppose.
murder and darkness.
Yes.
Anyways,
Some you don't
that's
even
all
see.
I have to say. I'm going to pass it back to Finn.
Woo! Alright, so I don't have a lot of negatives, honestly. In fact, I kind of wish I had added more positives to my positive section, because I actually have a lot. Can I do that?
Sure, why the heck not?
Sure. This is a wholesome podcast.
Wholesome
So,
Christopher.
in addition to how awesome Featherbanks was, I thought the relationship between him and Sugarbelle was very sweet. I thought it was very cute. I liked all their moments together. I liked how instead of kissing, they just had little like nose nuzzles. That was really cute. I'm glad that I thought the humor was really good. Like Boyce mentioned before, the whole reference where instead of a boombox, he had a record player over his head. And just about anything with Featherbangs, like trying to show off Big Mac, while I thought it could get kind of tedious at times, a lot of the things he did, especially the musical number, were really funny. Like, I don't know, I don't think the musical number was like, a genuine good song that I want to like listen to over and over again, but it was funny. Like, all the different ways they parodied the genres and all that stuff, that was really funny. What was I going to say? Any episode where Big Mac talks a lot is awesome, so points there. And I like that they gave us more time to... They actually gave us a full episode to spend in Starlight's old town, which is a location that we had, little bits of. In the Cutie map, we spent the whole time there, but that was mostly just supposed to be like, a menacing, villain location. This is an actual, like, full of life, reformed, it feels nice to be here kind of location. But once again, throw some paint on the buildings. Anyway. But the one thing that I thought was a little bit off was the way they set up the conclusion at the end, because as someone who believes in genuine emotion and special connections when it comes to relationships and doing special things for someone you love, it was obvious from miles beyond that as for the conclusion Big Mac was going to make her a bigger shelf. I mean, they made that so clear where it was like, oh, I wish I had so many more places to put all my baked goods and such. And it's like, okay, I think we can already tell right now Big Mac is going to build her a bigger shelf. That's going to be the personal act that's going to win her over, and Featherbanks is going to lose. It made pretty much the journey there really obvious, and exactly what was going to happen at the end. It's like, maybe if they made it like a silent thing where it's like we see her putting her treats maybe like on the floor or something, or having to bring out an extra table and they like didn't bring it just in like general conversation, that would have been fine. But she brings such explicit mention to it, it's like obvious by the end what's going to happen. It's a sweet gesture, but it's kind of clear what was going to be happening, so the climax was kind of ruined. But that's really the only thing I didn't like. Oh, and also the whole the fairy tale thing was okay. Like, I guess it kind of made sense for little kids to be doing that, but I like the moral lesson at the end where it talked about how fairy tales, they should not be followed like some kind of step-by-step tutorial, and I like how they brought that up. So, yeah, little minor tidbit, little bitty things right there, but overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Hooray.
Actually, there's one quick thing I wanted to mention. I had a good talk with Solar and Irish about this, and I didn't know what this meant. For everyone listening to this, I know at the end everyone was laughing because Sugarbelle's just like, oh look, now the shelf I can have more things. I can have cream pies, and I can have icebox cakes, and I can have all this cool stuff. I don't care about the whole cream pies comment. What I do care is everyone listening to this. Google,
yeah.
Google. Actually, no, Finn. Don't. Not you. Not you.
No, except for Finn.
Okay.
Except
hands
for
off the
Finn.
keyboard.
I want
Hands off the
everyone, and everyone who's listening to this, I want you to pause this right now, and I want you to Google Urban Dictionary icebox cake. And then, subsequently, I want you to also look up in Urban Dictionary pinching a loaf. That is all. Anyways, who was before Finn?
I think it was it British?
It was
Yeah, because
me.
British said he was
yes.
going to pass the British. So British, go ahead.
All right, now I'm debating whether or not to have this as my negative because this isn't really a critique of the episode. This is just my own experience influencing my opinion when watching the episode.
Yep, key guy.
What is wrong with you?
The episode said it. The episode said it. Not me.
Okay. Toony Balloony. Your mind is a sick place for even knowing that this was a phrase.
No, Solar. I think either Solar or Irish mentioned it to me.
And you let them influence you?
I don't want to know.
Oh man,
Voice you don't want to.
Zach, when I meet your opponent,
I'm storing that one up here, man. I am storing that one for a later date.
I want to get.
Yeah.
You're never doing that.
No, absolutely no.
Is it bad?
It
Urban
was pretty
Dictionary
bad.
will ruin a lot of things.
Yeah, I would not
Anyway,
repeat it.
Ninja, what was your negative?
All right, allow me to restart. I was debating whether or not to have this as my negative because it isn't really a critique of the episode, just my own experience influencing my opinion when watching the episode. Because unfortunately, I went through a breakup on the morning of the same day that this episode came out on the Canadian release, and part of that breakup was the distance between me and my ex, and that was something that low-key came up in the episode right at the start. They mentioned just how far away it is to visit Sugarbelle. And I feel like that issue of distance with Big Mac and Sugar was solved just a little too quickly. And again, I'm heavily biased on the matter. Maybe the complex dilemmas of that problem will be far too advanced for a show aimed at this kind of audience. So take from that what you would, it might come up in the future. But for now, in my experience, it's rough, and I feel like the distance should not be as downplayed as much as it was in this episode. But on the other hand, I'm a sucker for happy endings, and I'm glad Big Mac got his. So I guess that's all I have to say on that. There are a lot of issues that come up from that kind of thing, and I felt like the show kind of jumped over that bit.
I suppose they kind of had to.
I think that the thing that was able to clear it up is the fact that I mean, there's a difference between an intercontinental thing where there's a literal ocean and a train ride, basically.
I guess, but they mentioned that it's a good 2 or 3 days just to get there, right?
Well, yeah, because Big Mac always does it on foot for some reason. But I think train ride-wise, I don't think it's that long, because the Cutie map looked like it took maybe half a day to get there.
But for something that they bothered to brought up how long and far the distance was, I don't think they really capitalized on a thing. They just kind of announced it and then immediately solved the problem. I don't know, that's what I thought.
I would think by the time, now that the village has been reformed for a while, I would think they would at least have a train route there.
Well, he
be
walks
nice.
on foot.
Yeah.
He has to carry that cart of apples, you know. The apple tax on the train, man. It's a government conspiracy.
You know how much taxes they had to pay for Bloomberg? I mean, Christ.
Quite a lot.
They saved money by bringing the whole tree, actually. Just bringing the apples alone would cause some severe taxes.
Yeah, you know the conductor low-key eats one of those apples. At
Yes.
least. But, so that was your negative point?
That was my negative, yes.
Okay. Do you think Featherbangs dabs unironically?
No, I don't think he does. I think he's too alpha for that.
He
I
brings the
can
memes.
guarantee you he has a fidget spinner.
He has fidget spinner.
That's his weapon of choice.
Like his horseshoes are fidget spinners.
He has like one, like he can, yeah. He has like one.
How long before a pony has a fidget spinner, Cutie Mark?
It's one day. His talent is just spinning and distracting people with his spinning. But yeah, my negative for the episode.
All right.
I made a very big mistake doing that. I just coughed up monster in my eye.
Oh no!
Ooh,
Ouchies.
Wait, before you say it, Will, what did I learn? I learned not to do that. Okay, my negative...
That's the moral of the stream, people. Don't do that.
Okay, go ahead, Kate.
My negative for the episode is... my negative for the episode is, while I understand, and it was utilized at the end, I thought the setup of the disguises thing felt a little bit too silly for how far the CMC have gotten. That felt like season 1 CMC in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Which is ironic because they said they got it from the talent show. Wasn't Showstoppers a season 1 episode?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny.
Another continuity nod.
It's funny that Sweetie Belle is very easily able to get into a disguise when a few episodes ago she hated dressing up.
Yeah, I get, but that's something I'm not going to fault the episode, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, but this is not Forever Philly. I don't know. I just felt like for them just doing their own little playtime thing, that's fine. But the fact they were playing it straight, like, oh, we're going to actually try to disguise and be spy kind of things, that felt more like, back in season 1 and 2 when they were like, well, we don't have a cutie mark, so let's try to do this. I don't know. I felt that was silly, but they did use it at the end in a funny way, and I'm not going to say it wasn't funny, it just felt a little bit off to me. Besides that, which is generally just a little bit of a nitpick, I like this episode. This is one of my favorite episodes of the season, and usually I don't like those cutesy, romantic, mushy, gushy, ooshy episodes.
You are one to talk.
I mean, I liked Hearts and Hooves Day was like the last episode that I liked that is mushy gushy. And that was because of a love potion.
Oh, love potion.
But says you. But yeah, I liked this episode, and since we're at the end of the podcast, I have a question for the people watching this on the YouTubes.
Okay.
Okay. Marry, fuck, kill. Featherbangs, Big Mac, ToonKritic.
What?
Oh!
Hey, wait, hang on a second, what?
Yeah, let me repeat and let me enunciate really nicely. Marry, fuck, kill, feather, bangs, Big Macintosh, and ToonKriticY2K.
Sorry,
Have
Zach.
fun with
Someone's
that.
gonna die.
And if you made it this far, this is going to be a battle of the hashtags. And these are both things that Ninja made, which is the prevailing hashtag. Hashtag Finneman or hashtag Chaddington.
Chad
Roll.
Chaddington.
Chad
Chad
Chaddington.
Chaddington. No, Chad Chaddington. I want to see my Chad Chaddingtons in the chat. He is the ultimate Chad. He is the chosen Chad of Shangri-La.
There's only one Chad I know. Chad, too bad.
He channels the chosen Chad of champions.
Of champions.
Channeling this
Hashtag Finneman roll.
But yeah, let's see what the YouTube audience thinks. So thank you for joining us.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say passing it back over to the MC here.
Thank you. So, what we started in the last episode was meme face of the episode. So the last one we had was for parental guidance. Here is the winner of that. It is this picture right here. with Scootaloo's face. Caption being, Princess Celestia is doing something? What is this madness?
Hang on a second.
Did you put it in the chat?
It is on the
Skype
stream
one?
right here.
I
Well.
don't see it.
Yeah,
It's,
we don't
it's on
see
the
it.
stream. It should
Oh
pop
no,
up
it's
like any
streaming.
second.
No, I can see it. I can see it.
Oh, it's because you don't have the stream video open, babe. You only have it as chat only.
Oh,
Hold on, it's loading.
it's gonna have some disorienting feedback.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Now
That
ain't
is
that a
cool.
funny meme?
It's true, though. It is pretty freaking
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's sadly
So-
true.
Continuing on with that, I picked out a meme face from this episode that we've been discussing. And that face is... this face right here.
Ah, that's such a good face. I haven't actually seen it yet because the chat takes a few minutes to load. But man, oh man, that's one doohicker of a face.
It's this face
Yep.
right here. So,
Of
here's...
course, it's Chad.
It's Chad Channington, boys.
Alright, so, here's how we're going to do this. When you see this episode, I want you to tweet at me this picture with your best subtitle for it. And tag it, hashtag Roundtable Meme Face. And at the end of the next episode, which by the way is going to be Honest Apple with Prophetic Prose, I will show you the winner of that. So, if you want to have a chance to have your funny subtitle at the end of our episodes, you're more than welcome to. It is this face right here. So, I think with that being said, and everything taken care of, thank you guys for turning out for Roundtable. Join us next week when we take on Honest Apple, and other episodes to come as we catch up on Season 7 of MLP. So thank you guys for watching, and stay awesome.
Go
Go
watch
the Awkward
Agiticum.
Cats.
Go watch
Bye-bye.
Agiticum. Go vote on Analysis Daily.
Yes, do
Okay,
that.
bye, Foles and Phillies.